Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarian Productions. We're back again with another G.I. Joe action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Club.com exclusive figure subscription service version of the Stealth Fighter Pilot without a code name. Or is he? So this figure comes on a nice artwork figure card thing. So they did create some new artwork here for the character. The actual figure is based off the original figure from the X-19 Stealth Fighter. So he was originally boxed with the vehicle, so he didn't actually have any card art to go along with it. So this looks really nice, very cool looking. Flipping it over here, we get to see the back. We get the nice big picture right there. Figure subscription service 6-11. We'll zoom in here to take a look at the file card here, so you can pause it now if you'd like to read through all that stuff. One thing I'll note here is that they have basically his code name kind of scratched out, redacted as you might say. It's very interesting why they did this. So technically his code name is Ghostrider. Obviously there is already a fairly well established character in the Marvel Universe with that same name. So there's some copyright issues that they had to get around, I'm assuming here. But you see here they actually also, scratched out his name on the actual file card here on the front. Basically so they didn't have to worry about that copyright issue with this new version of the figure. In the actual comic line, and it actually makes a note of it here in the bottom of the actual file card here, basically nobody could ever remember this guy's code name, which was an interesting way of them getting around that whole issue in the actual comic series, which is very cool. So anyways, this is Ghostrider, unofficially Ghostrider. And very cool though that they kind of have that scratched out. Anyways, let's go ahead and just open this guy up here and take a look at him. So we'll set that to the side now because we don't really have to worry about it right here. We don't get a whole lot of accessories here, but let's go ahead and see what we do get. We get the figure, obviously. We do get a cool figure stand. And has this cool little submachine gun looking thing here. And a pistol that is taped on here. So we're just going to cut that tape real quick and pop that out. Like so. And that's whatever you want to do with that. Yes, so pretty cool looking so far. Not a lot of accessories. Again, it's a vehicle driver, so traditionally they don't really have a lot of accessories that come with them. They typically count the actual vehicle itself as the actual accessory. That's why they don't usually package many accessories with their figures, their drivers. To start with, we do have the awesome figure stand here. Traditional 25th anniversary. Raised G.I. Joe logo. 2 foot pegs. The front has his name here. And you'll notice they also kind of crossed off his code name on here, which was a nice little touch there. I was wondering how they were going to do that, but pretty cool looking. Accessory-wise, we do get this cool little submachine gun. Some decent detail work on here. I'm not really a fan of this particular weapon. I don't really like the large handle here, but beyond that, it looks pretty good. And it works pretty effectively for a fighter pilot. Nice compact weapon. We also get this nice little pistol, which is pretty much the same we've seen many times before in many iterations. Very basic, but still nice. That's all the accessories we get. Taking a look at the actual figure itself, it's a pretty cool looking figure. The flight jacket has really a ton of details built into it here. We'll kind of try to zoom in a little bit here so you can see a little bit of this, but you've got all these straps and the folds in the clothing, and you got the Cool Joe logo on the side here. More cloth foldy stuff, cool buckles everywhere, and the nice Ghostrider Phantom X19 patch there on the shoulder. Yeah, so cool. Nice map pouchy thing here on his side. Some cool straps on the back side of his thighs there. So overall, really nice job here. He does have a set of removable goggles here, so they pop on and off. It is kind of hard to get them to go on over his head and his eyes. So kind of what you have to do is slide them on over top of the rim of this helmet first. And then you can kind of just slide it back on there like that. And it actually works pretty well though. He does definitely kind of look like fighter pod racer from the Star Wars universe here, but it's still a cool little thing there. So I definitely like it up a little bit better than I do down, but it works both ways, so it's nice to have that little bit of extra detail there. The other thing I'm going to point out right now is the fact that he does have his cool cloth scarf. That's the way he came with the original vintage release as well. He had this cool cloth scarf, so kind of his signature red scarf here. So that's a cool little touch there. Moving on from there, let's go into the articulation. The head does spin at 360 degrees. I'm going to pop his goggles off because it's a little easier. 360 degrees on the head. Not a lot of up and down motion, but a little bit here, so it's alright though. Standard ball and swivel at the shoulder joints. Standard, well, they're kind of sticky here. Standard ball and swivel at the elbow joint. He does have a swivel at the wrist and the side-to-side rocker thing as well. So that extra articulation there is really nice. The rib cage twist feature is in place, and you've got some pretty good ab crunch motion there as well. Standard T-hook at the waist joint, so no problem there whatsoever. Double knee joints. Standard ball and swivel here at the, what is this, ankle joint, sorry. So yes, all in all, very cool articulation. Much more than I was expecting from this particular figure here. And they did a really good job with this, so I really do like the extra padded detail work and everything on the actual jacket itself. It is removable if you want to, but it kind of looks weird if you do that, because then he's just got armor and sleeves. So beyond that, it's a cool thing. Got a little bit of extra plastic there, so some flashing there. So yeah, very cool looking detail wise. Really nice job on an updated version of the Stealth Fighter Pilot here, so very cool. I'll go ahead and gear him up again. I'm going to actually put his goggles on over his eyes this time. Like so. And then we can slap his submachine gun here in his hand and his pistol in his other hand. He unfortunately does not have any holsters for his pistol or anything. I would have loved to have seen that included, but it's not the biggest deal breaker in the world. It's still a really cool figure. The scarf really adds an extra little touch here. You can kind of get it to move to the side if you want it to. Looks pretty awesome. So yeah, all in all, not a bad figure. It pairs very well with the vintage X19 stealth plane here, but as a figure it is kind of basic and not a lot going on. It looks really cool, but it's probably going to be about a 5 out of 10 here. It's a really good figure. It just doesn't have a whole lot of extra stuff going for it. So it's, you know, a very good basic figure. How's that? So I would probably say, you know, pick it up if you can, but I wouldn't go too far out of the way to it. And it doesn't seem to be very popular, so you should be able to pick it up fairly easily. So because of that, it gets a little extra bump because it's a little easier to come by. Some of these figure subscription service releases are stupidly hard to get, unless you want to pay $200 per figure, and I don't really want to do that. So, you know, this one comes still about retail price right now, so around $30-35 is about average. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on time of year. But there you go, Ghostrider. That's all the time we've got for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a like if you dig what you see. And drop some comments. Let us know what you think about this. Do you think it compares well with the original vintage release? Yeah. If you'd like to see something specific in future episodes, drop a comment down below as well. And until next time, Yo Joe!